Hello and welcome back to your mat. Today we're going to work on some strength and empowerment. So through strength will come this empowered feeling. So we'll get started right away. You might find a block handy. It's optional, you don't have to have this, but if you've got one, go ahead and grab it. Have that handy nearby. We'll start with a quote by Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. So remember that. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. All right, we're going to start supine, so lying down. I'm going to move the block out of the way for now. And we're going to do a little bit of work here. Yep, starting out in a supine position. So go ahead and lie on your back and go ahead and stretch that left leg out long on the mat and bring that right knee into your chest briefly. And then go ahead and extend it up toward the sky. It doesn't have to be straight here. It could be straight-ish, but you want to have that up toward the sky. Inhale. Feel that for a moment. Exhale. And then we're going to move this pose here. So we're going to drop that right leg down and inhale and lift that left leg up. Drop that left leg down. Inhale and lift that right leg up. And we're just going to move through this a few rounds. So at your own pace, go ahead and do that. Now, if you want to make this a little more challenging for your core and for your lower back, you can do so by simply hovering the leg that's along on the mat. So I could hover, when I got this one up, I could hover the opposite leg, and you can just switch between those. That is more challenging, so I'm going to go ahead and go with bringing the foot all the way down to the ground. So go ahead and do what you want to do there. Find what challenge you're looking for. But we're just lifting the legs up one at a time. This does engage our core, even if you're not hovering, but it's also working the legs too. We're strengthening the legs here. So really inhale and exhale. Really notice as you're lifting your legs. Feel the power there. And again, your leg may not come all the way up or it might be bent. That's fine. Try to do this without using a strap or a hand. So you're just using the leg muscle here. A few more rounds. And then go ahead and release both your legs down, hug your knees into your chest, and come up to a seated however you like. So I'm going to rock up, but you can also go over to the side and prop yourself up that way into a seat. So from here, we're going to come into balancing table. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this way on the mat. So we're going to go ahead and have all fours here. So I've got my hands down in the mat and my knees are underneath of my hips. And you're going to look forward. And what we're going to do is we're going to move through this cycle here. So we're going to go from one side to the other. So you're going to extend opposite arm and leg out. So I'm going to start with my left arm out and my right leg back. Balance here for just a moment. And then exhale, release that and go the opposite. So now I'm going to extend my right arm out and my left leg back. Inhale there. And exhale and go to the other side. So inhale, extend out opposite hand and leg. Exhale, go to the other side. And move through that a few times. And while you're doing this, try to maintain a flat-ish, a neutral back as possible without dumping into your back there, your lower back. That can be difficult. And this is also very challenging because you are working on strength here. You're working on your legs, your core, working on strength here. So let's do a few more of those. Alternatively, if this is really something that's a little difficult for you and it's just more challenging than you want to do, you can always just do like one arm at a time or one leg at a time. So find what works for you. Modify this pose as you need to. Do a few more rounds on each side. Remembering to breathe. And one more each side. And then release that down. Sit back on your heels for a moment. Now for this next pose, you might find the block helpful. If you don't have a block, don't worry about it. So go ahead and have that handy just in case you're going to need it. But we're going to start out with, we go ahead and start with our left leg on this for this round. We're going to start with our left leg out in front of us in a low lunge. So our back right knee is on the ground. And start out upright here for a moment. Inhale here, get nice and tall, come out of the pelvis here. And then exhale and go ahead and fold in, or I shouldn't say fold in, I should say more release that hip down a bit. So now you're really stretching forward here. You can use a block here if you like. Inhale here and get nice and tall, come out of your chest. And then we're going to exhale and we're going to bend back here. And we're going to have our right, this is where the block might come in handy. It is for me. Going to stretch out that left leg is going to be out straight. And you're going to fold over that straight left leg. So we're getting a nice little hamstring stretch here. We're going to inhale and come forward into that lunge. We're going to go back and forth between those poses. So inhale in your nice low lunge here. And then exhale, go ahead and sink back and stretch out that left leg long and straight. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, come on back here into this nice stretch here on your hamstrings. Once more, inhale, come into your low lunge, and exhale, straighten out that left leg. And then go ahead and bring that left knee back, and now we're going to go to the other side. So go ahead and bring that right knee in forward, or that right foot, I should say, into your low lunge. We're going to stay upright for a moment here. Breathe. Go out of your pelvis here. And then go ahead and sink forward here into your hips and come into that nice low lunge. Looking forward with your chest extended out and really stretching in the hips there. And then you're going to exhale and come back into that nice straight-legged. Your right leg will be straight. Your toes are pointed up. You can really feel nice hamstring stretch. If you don't have a block, you can always just stay a little bit more upright. You can stay up on your fingertips if your fingers reach. I just have really tight hamstrings, so the block really helps me in this pose. And then we're going to move back and forth between those two poses. So inhale and come on into your low lunge. And exhale back to straight leg. Right leg is straight. Bend over. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, straight leg. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, straight leg. Let's do that once more. Inhale, low lunge. And exhale, back over that straight leg. And then go ahead and bring that right knee back. Okay, so now we're going to, the block you can have at the top of your mat if you have one. You might need that in a moment. So from here, we're going to go ahead and come all the way up to stand. And we'll start with the left leg forward into a high lunge. So go ahead and just step forward on your mat and come into a nice high lunge. And to make this a little easier, you might want to widen out your base here, your feet, so you can have them wider to help with the stability. Your back foot, your heel is off the ground. So coming in here into your nice low lunge. I'm going to leave my hands down on my sides this time. So inhale here, and then on the exhale, I want you just to keep your feet the same way, but just tilt your upper torso, your torso forward. So you're at a 45-degree angle here, and your hands are coming back behind you. Keeping that left leg bent still. Inhale and come back upright to your nice low lunge here. Nice and tall and straight. And exhale. Again, come forward a bit at a 45-degree angle. A few more rounds that way. So go ahead and inhale and come back up to your high lunge. And exhale and come forward at a 45-degree angle here. Keeping that left leg bent the whole time. Inhale, high lunge. And then exhale and go ahead and step forward. Release that for a moment. Shake out your legs. And we'll repeat on the other side. So now we're going to leave our left leg forward and step that left leg back. So our right leg is now bent and our left heel is off the ground. So you're going to ask your high lunge here. Inhale here. And then on the exhale, go ahead and bend forward at a 45-degree angle, bringing the arms out back behind you. Inhale. Go ahead and come back upright. Be nice and tall here in your high lunge. Exhale. 45-degree angle, bending forward here. Coming forward. Inhale, back to high lunge. Exhale, tilt yourself forward here. Right leg is bent the whole time. Once more, high lunge. Exhale, bend forward. And then go ahead and step forward on your mat. Now we're going to do that same thing, but we're going to add something onto that. So go ahead and step the right foot back, come into your high lunge. Come up right here. Exhale, go ahead and bend forward at a 45-degree angle. And then go ahead and step that back foot in just a little bit. And we're going to come forward into warrior three. The block is here if you need it for balance. Otherwise, you're going to gradually, carefully lift up that right leg and balance into your warrior three. You can keep your hands behind you or out to the sides. You can bring them to prayer. To make it more challenging, bring them out in front of you. You can have a slight bend in that left knee. Breathe here. Really hold this for just another moment. Feel the strength as you're powering up through your legs, through your arms, through everything here. And release and let that all go. Nicely done. Now, you could have used the block there. If that's something that would have helped you with balance, you can always balance your hands and you have more of a supported warrior three, which is also great. You're still getting that strength in your legs. So that's always an option. So go ahead and step forward and we'll do the other side. Release that for a minute, catch your breath. Close your eyes for a minute, just see how you feel. And now step that left foot back into your high lunge. Get your high lunge going here. Come forward, lean that 45-degree angle there. Take a breath there. Start to step that back foot in a little bit. And then when you feel ready and steady, go ahead and fly. Bring that left leg up and come into your nice warrior three here. You can always use the block. You can have your hands in whatever position works best for you. If you fall out, that's okay. Just come back into it. Gaze at a point on the ground in front of you. Breathing here, really feeling the power through your legs, through your core, through your back. One more inhale. Exhale and release that. Nicely done. You did a great job. It's a very challenging balance pose, but you can do this with a block. Alternatively, you could also put your hands up against a wall and bring that leg out. So you've got a couple options, or a tabletop or any of those things. So you could always start there and work into taking maybe one hand off and then another. So you can always have the block or a table or a chair or something there to assist you. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time.